Welcome to the CRS Sim Racing Championship 2025. Today, we are in for the Charlotte 600 under the lights from Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is such an iconic track. Today, I'm joined by Hallie in the booth, and also we got a special guest this week, Rogator. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you, man. It's I was about to say it's hard to follow up your energy, bro. I should have brought an energy drink here or something.
Oh, we need it. We always need it. So, if you don't know Rogator, over 130,000 YouTube subscribers he has, strictly making NASCAR content. Rogator, tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel and what you got going on over there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to say the bulk of those subscribers came from YouTube Shorts. We started posting a little bit 2023 and spilling over into now, but yeah, just throughout the past 7 or 8 years, started making NASCAR content, like not even anything specific in mind, just posting NASCAR because I liked NASCAR, and then, you know, it kind of just amounted to something a little bit bigger, and here I am, I guess 8 years later, still doing it, so having fun.
And there's not many NASCAR channels with a silver play button with 100,000 subscribers. When you started your channel, did you ever think you would hit that milestone?
I mean, that was the goal, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was always thinking it would be cool if that could happen, but there was a very non-existent track record of it happening with NASCAR channels, like you said. So, I mean, even in the big 2025, there's still not too many channels out there in the NASCAR niche that have 100K. I gotta give a lot of credit to, like, YouTube Shorts helps with that, and that was my original goal all along, and yeah, just glad to have made it happen.
You made a career out of content creation, whether that's editing or working for yourself. It's been such a cool journey. How many years have you been at this YouTube gig here?
Funny you mentioned. So yeah, I started Rogator specifically in 2017, and then I was editing and stuff. Obviously, I was editing the videos, making very poor thumbnails. But what people kind of don't know is even before then, I was making even lower quality videos, NASCAR videos, like stop motions. That dates back to like 2013. We're talking. So I was trying to be creative even from a young age, and so yeah, I've been, I guess, posting to YouTube as a whole for probably at least half my life, I guess.
It's been definitely a heck of a time. Just, you know, I feel like when I started YouTube, we kind of all started the same time. Here is the starting lineup for the Charlotte 600. We have Aaron Raymond on the pole, and Edward Sanchez, who is chasing that championship. We're going to have the championship standings on the screen shortly, but he's starting in position number 2. Jonah Bryan, position number 3. And that 71 machine, we know he's going to be fast. River Jones rolling off in position number 4. P5, we got Holden Rowe, and then we got Trey in the 43. Hallie, tell me about the starting lineup, man. We got to bring you in here, buddy.
I knew you'd call for me eventually. Jake Cummings out in 7th with Aaron Brown in 8th, quite far back, hoping to try and make a move up. Caden Pado in 9th, next to Chris Hood in 10th. Matthew Bodring is 11th, next to Nation Chang. We've got quite a few names I don't recognise. 30 cars on the grid total, including Josh Norton and AJ Stevens, Landon Johnson and Christopher Smith. Ferris Krippendorf and Morgan Squires, and Peter Saddington and Zachary Depper. I'll just quickly give you a quick run of the last 10 here. We've got a few figures to go over while we go under the pace laps around there. Definitely not a super speedway anymore around here.
Absolutely. I'm just so hyped up with this starting grid. I am so hyped up. Big field. Let's take a look at the track facts. Well, it's a 1.5 mile track. It opened June 15th, 1960. 24 degrees of banking on the turns and 5 degree on the straightaway. Charlotte's my home track, and definitely one that I'm looking forward to on the schedule. I think it's going to be a fun night here with this one. And here's the point standings rolling into the Charlotte 600. Aaron Brown leads the points by 16 positions over Trey. Edward Sanchez, position number 3. 4th, Zach Davison. Holden Rowe rounds out the top 5. And how about Peter Saddington running in 8th? He still has the championship on the line. It's going to be a big night here for the field, and I think we're all just pumped up about it. Raw Gator, you've been in sim racing a bit in the past. How much sim racing do you do today?
If you're asking these days, pretty much none. So basically, I'll give you a quick story here. So yeah, when I was in college myself, I had a little sim rig set up that I would race in like public lobbies and even a couple like prize pool type events, some leagues as well. So yeah, as pretty much when I moved out of college, I stored the sim rig away and honestly haven't set it back up. But I would love to get back into it, but time is also a little bit of a thing that's hard to find as well. So I love sim racing, though. I've dabbled in iRacing. Oh, we got
wrecked on the pace lap. Oh no, we need to wave off the yellow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's Jake Cummings.
I have to check if someone's wheel disconnected or something.
Oh, that's Jake Cummings' car right there. So further back, I think the 49 got a little bit of a turn. That might be Chris Hood. And we're going to delay the green for one lap to get cars back in position.
CRS, baby. So, Raw Gator, I'm going to tell you about CRS. So, this is the gateway for college kids to get into sim racing. So, a lot of these college kids don't know much about racing, don't know much about sim racing, but they want a racing career. They want a sim racing career. They want to get better. They want to, you know, develop their skills. You've been in and out of sim racing a little bit. What kind of advice do you think you can give some of these college kids that maybe don't know much about NASCAR?
Yeah, I mean, funny enough is like I did a college series when I was in school too. So yeah, what I would give as advice for these guys who maybe aren't, I'm just judging based off of that pace lap incident here, maybe aren't world-class drivers. Like let's just keep it super friendly there. Let's just say like they're not going to be a Max Verstappen right away, you know. So what I would give for advice is, especially first step is like learn this car specifically, or whatever car you're racing on a week-to-week basis. Try to figure out how this thing handles, and get familiarized with it, to where you know even on the pace laps how to control the thing, and then eventually build speed on a green flag run and maintain consistent laps. So that's what I would say first is get really familiar with your car, and I mean just turn laps and practice and practice.
Absolutely. Well, it appears the pace car is about to be in for the Charlotte 600. Here we go. The leader has control of the start, and we are officially green in CRS. 100 laps here tonight to get it done. How about Edward Sanchez? On the outside, hard into the wall. They're stacking up. It's the big one on lap number 1, and they're in trouble. Our championship leader is involved. This is a nightmare scenario for the championship battle. My goodness. Well, the alley, of course, going backwards. Alley, what do we see there?
Aaron Brown lost it. That looks like that was literally just it. Just a little bit too much power. We'll keep an eye. I don't know whether he actually gets a push from that 13 or whether he puts down too much. He is getting help, but there's the gas. There's a 5 diving up the inside. He couldn't get a black flag.
Oh my
he goes
gosh,
no,
rewind.
he's turned on that 49. He is turned on that 49, and that is going to begin a big stack up. Meatball flag for Matthew Bodgering, by the way.
Rose involved. Raw Gator, what do you make of this?
Well, what I saw there was wrong place, wrong time for the 5. He was trying to get a cheeky start, and it backfired on him. You'll see here in the replay. He tried to get an advantage, and that did not work. Straight into the outside wall. Kind of unfortunate, but did he have it coming? I don't know, because he was trying to get a little more than maybe what was allowed on the restart, so I don't know.
This is wild. My gosh. Well, here we are battling this baby out here at Charlotte. I mean, hey, I think we're going to be in for a fun show no matter what. That's what I'm looking for. I think we're going to be in for a fun show here tonight. So, Oh, I feel bad for Rowe. I feel bad for Aaron Brown, you know, our championship leader. This could potentially have cost him the championship. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds, but this very well could have cost him the championship right here. That's how fast things can change. This is nuts. My gosh. So, Raw Gator, we just seen the big one. It's already looking to be a bit of a freaking mess. But I'm curious what you got next coming up. What do you have next in the pipeline as far as your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, just taking it day by day and like seeing if there's any good ideas out there that kind of come to me in the meantime. Just kind of busy outside of Raw Gator YouTube right now, I would say. So to be completely honest, it's been on the back burner a little bit, but I still pop in every month or so with a new video, trying to upload as frequently as possible. So yeah, no immediate plans, just trying to see if there's any cool video ideas that stand out to me and something interesting that I can make for the audience, and also not rushing it, trying to pace myself, I guess.
That's something I always liked about your content. It's definitely quality over quantity. And in the current YouTube landscape, a lot of the time, even my own channel, that's a lot of the time what we do is quantity over quality. And I really like that you take your time with your content. Has it always been that way for you?
Well, I mean, there's definitely like times where you know, you want to get a video out by a certain date. So yeah, I mean, quality is prioritized whenever possible, but also like there is a strategy with quantity, like how you run DLB. So, you know, it's just a balance you have to find. I think what works for me is that I like to make content that I can look back on in like 5 years and still feel like it holds up pretty well. Be something that I still kind of enjoy watching myself, like looking back on. But yeah, there's room for different styles and different types, quantity or quality. I guess I've tried to go the quality route, but also a fair mix is good too.
It's been quite the journey for... I love watching these YouTube stories when you're there at the beginning. I remember when you had 2,000 subs, 1,000 subs, and it is crazy cool to see how big you have built that channel. Congratulations on 100K subs, and just... I know 200's gonna come. I know it's gonna happen, and we appreciate you for joining us here tonight on CRS. Where can the people find you, Raw Gator? Whoa, another wreck! Oh no, this race is a nightmare!
Let's hold on to that thought, DLB. I think there's some action on track first.
Alrighty, Allie, what happened this time?
Well, we've got to start here done eventually. It's definitely Aaron Rammon, the car that goes around. We didn't quite get to see from the start sequence why he's around. It's too much gas on the race start into the 24 as well. Just a few more, just, caught in the way. That's a lot of victims.
We're not gonna have cars left. Oh my goodness. Alright, so he started on the pole. So he's in first gear, which is his big mistake there. He tried to restart in first gear, big mistake, spun the tires. That's exactly what we just seen. Man, Charlotte is, they used to call this track the Beast of the Southeast. They used to have it printed on the wall here back in the day. And we're seeing it eat up some race cars here tonight from Charlotte. This is wild. This is nuts. My goodness. Can't believe what we got going on with this one. I mean, look, the track is blocked. Where are these guys gonna go? Get a roadblock on the track. All right, I hate to interrupt our guest, Raw Gator. Where can the people find you, Raw Gator?
Yeah, well, pretty much exactly that. Just Raw Gator on YouTube, and I do a little bit of content over on TikTok as well if you're more of a short form type of person. But yeah, NASCAR content, YouTube, TikTok. Just search Raw Gator.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Raw Gator, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys. Have a great broadcast.
Absolutely. Thank you. Allie, this is, what do you make of what we have had so far?
I mean, we've not had much so far, have we? So, you know, we're going to get there eventually.
Hit it 100 feet.
Eventually, like, given enough time, this is all going to happen. 30 drivers started, 15 are on the track because most of the rest are running through the pit lane. These cars, thankfully, don't get beaten up too bad from damage, but you can see the pit lane right there. I mean, like, everybody wants a bit. You might as well get a bit of fuel as well if you're on the back, but some people want some damage repairs done here.
So if you want to bring the point standings up here, and I believe you have an update on Aaron Brown and his situation after being wrecked on just the first lap.
Aaron Brown reported that he had 15 minutes of repairs to do in that car once he wrecked, which is as good as basically being down and out. He actually is doing them bit by bit in his car, so they're not mandatory repairs. It's just that's what's it's gonna take to get the car back up to full speed. That car looks beaten up and bruised, and its engine hasn't completely exploded, but he has been sort of taking the maximum amount of pit stop time he can, then getting back out, trying to stay close to lead lap. Maybe he thinks he'll get another shot out here. There's a couple cars with smoking engines, so I'm trying to find the name. Matthew Bodring. Just his engine's on fire. Here's Aaron Brown. That car's not looking good. Not really how you want a next gen to look, but he is trying to stay lead lap, trying to stay in this.
So you're probably wondering why this is so important. Well, I mean, we're going to give this champion a good payday, you know, over $1,000 payout here. And the hit he just took is tremendous. And the guy he's racing for the championship is currently leading. So we don't have an updated point standings as we stand, but Edward Sanchez essentially just took this championship lead. He won Daytona. Now that Aaron Brown may be down and out, I look at Edward Sanchez as the guy you beat here at Charlotte.
I'd watch Trey Lambrecht because actually Trey Lambrecht is 1 point ahead of Sanchez. It's 16 points with Lambrecht and 17 for Sanchez. So I think he's in this too. He's P3 right now and at 43. We just sort of don't notice that 43 car.
Don't count him out.
I didn't notice he was P2 in the championship.
He's been so quiet the whole season. But he's been there at the end getting good finishes. He hasn't been winning. He's been running, you know, consistently, you know, just finishing in the top 5 every race. But here we go. We're going to take the green flag once again. Let's see if we can complete this lap by without trouble. I think a lot of these guys after the super speedways are wanting to restart in first gear, and it just isn't working. But Edward Sanchez is going to get a good break. And we're looking at 2 wide, potentially 3 wide if things get a little crazy back here. Here we go. 3 wide action from Charlotte as Edward Sanchez is now sneaking away up front.
Even in the short race distance here, this track can be a bit of an endurance challenge. I say on every broadcast here, I hate the exit of turn 4, where the tri-oval suddenly comes into view and it's very easy to give that a nice little smack on the way out. But unlike the super speedways we've seen, this is a race where you can just get away if you're fast, and if you manage your tyres well, of course. This one really shreds your tyres. It's very, very tight corners, way thinner than most speedways of its kind. Rivers Jones is the one that may challenge Edward Sanchez here, though, potentially. He has a good fast start, but being fast at the start doesn't mean you're good to your tyres if the race goes green for any longer.
As we read the YouTube chat, the Bitcoin Lambo says, $1,000 payout, baby! Well, yeah, we got a good payday on the line here, and Edward Sanchez, Trey, they're trying to eat that payout up, but we got a battle for the lead up front. Rivers Jones in the 19 car. He shot me an email this week, said he wanted to go racing. We got him in, and here he is trying to take the lead in the Charlotte 600. It's going to be a heck of a battle for it. But man, I am excited about the show. Here he comes to the bottom. Fight for the lead. Now, right now, if you're Edward Sanchez, you are points racing. You do not care about this race win. You don't care about keeping the lead. You want points. And Charlotte, unlike Daytona, unlike Indianapolis, unlike Talladega, we are going to see tire fall off. Hallie, tell me a bit about the tire fall off we're going to see at Charlotte compared to the other tracks that a lot of these college kids may not completely understand.
I don't have it in numbers, but it's absolutely brutal around here. If you turn that wheel and the car is engaged and going in the same direction, especially if you're going tight and use too much of the wheel, you're going to shred the right front tyre. It's going to make you understeer more and more and more. You're going to get slower and slower and slower. And the corners are so tight around here that people can really overdrive it very quickly. There's the tap of that wall I'm talking about. Also, it's quite a thin track, not very multi-group. To get past people, you really have to sort of force them to make a mistake up ahead and just take the gap below that they present to you. Edward Sanchez sort of a little bit off the bottom. There are tyre saving lines around here. There are lines that you can take to sort of use your tyres better and lines you can take that are faster. Very, very different than the last few races of the season, of course, and pace is going to differ between drivers as the run gets longer.
We started with 30 cars. Well, we were 14 laps in, and we have 20 cars on the lead lap, meaning 10 drivers, you know, if they haven't had their day ended, they are multiple laps down, you know, and that's one thing we got to pay attention to. So Aaron Brown is the one I'm really watching. He's running in 13th right now, and I thought there would be more damage to his car, but he's still hustling through the field. With the points lead he had coming in, if he can keep gaining, he may get out of here with the points lead, which would be pure insanity, because I thought his day was going to be done and over. We see Chris Hood in a battle here, potentially losing a position to the 88 machine.
Well, you take damage very differently, of course, in this series, on this track, than you do on Talladega and Daytona. On Talladega and Daytona, it's all aero damage. That's the thing that matters the most. If you have a little scuff in the area, you're going to be going less fast. You're just going to lose time. In the draft, you might lose the pack. You're an inconvenience. Over here, obviously there's a small slipstream, but the straight isn't terribly long. If we go on board, I mean, it's a lot of turn you have to slow down for, and then it becomes a kind of a small straight. Really, it's wheel damage that affects you. If your wheels are damaged, you're not going to make it through the turn. If you've got a bit of aero damage, and that's about it, you probably get away with a decent amount of it. It's kind of cosmetic, and that's maybe what Aaron Brown's just going to hope for. Play the long run, hope your wheels aren't too damaged, and just hope that you make positions off people ahead, being more careful.
Oh my goodness, I'm watching the battle here. Jeez, I believe that's Peter Saddington going to war here for, he's looking to find his way inside the top 10. Peter's somebody that I have seen consistently getting faster week by week, and you know, Daytona, he got through there. There's a grill crash he was involved in, but he's getting faster every week. He's running top 10 at Talladega, got you the lead at Talladega, and now he's battling for a top 10. So here's a replay of Edward Sanchez.
Furious about something on the microphone, screamed, "What are you doing? We can't let that slide." I don't know what it is, but it might be this lapped car. Oh, what the
Oh my gosh!
Look, important rules for NASCAR, of course. You don't have to get out of the way of lead lap cars. There's no blue flag, and you can fight for your lap. But you can't be stupid and cause contact with them. That's when there's real controversy.
So I'm seeing drama unfold here, and Edward Sanchez, last week it seemed like we were seeing him get a bit more aggressive when he knew he had to beat Aaron Brown. And he was starting to shove it 3 wide. He was starting to get a bit more aggressive. I think we're seeing Edwards' emotions come out with this money on the line. And he knows that he's coming from behind here. He's not coming in with the advantage. He knows that he has to make things up. And this is an opportunity race of where he can potentially even things out a bit and maybe tie up the lead, if not come out of here with the points lead. So we got to keep that in mind. But Rivers Jones running in the 2nd position, car number 19. I'm impressed by him, man. I mean, first race here.
Yellow. I'm not sure where.
Here we go. Yellow flag is out.
Turn 1. Trying to work out where the car. It's Brandy Randall. It's the lapped car.
Randall in the 089 machine. What happened here? Into the wall. Kept it high. Steering's broken. Steering's broken. Let's see. Oh, no. A lot of fast cars coming behind. And let's see what happens here. Oh,
no.
My goodness. Tried to stay out the way. They cut her 3 wide. She went around right there off turn number 2.
been a tough day on the track for Brandy Randall, I think. I mean, I actually heard our race leader, Edward Sanchez, get frustrated that it was the same car that held him up. I mean, this sort of proves how tough this track can be. Obviously, Brandy's been in a bit of trouble already around others. When you're this slow in traffic, it is sort of hard. You are in a bit of a panic. Cars flying up around you. I mean, I'd be scared as well. That's a meatball flag.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, she was trying to make it to pit road. You got cars flying around you inside, outside. And that's also an opportunity when you see a car off pace that's trying to get to the apron where you don't necessarily got to cut it 3 wide. Sometimes you can back it down and give up that position. I'd imagine pit road is about to be one busy place here as Edward Sanchez is going to be the first to lead them down.
Here comes the choo-choo train. Everybody's going to want to try and get tyres if it's convenient to them. Let me check the rules on tyre changes around here. Oh, the yellow flag, the iRacing UI cuts it off. That's some incredible work from them right there. You have 4 tyre changes in this race available to you, so you are going to get chances at 100 laps to try and use them, and they're going to make a huge difference in terms of pace if you can get them down. It looks like pretty much the whole field did stop. The only people that didn't may have been a lap down. Ferris Keppendorf, I'm looking at here, thinking, was he a lap down? He might have been, and that might be why he sort of stayed out. You might get that lap back, but in terms of all the racers, Trey Lambert beats Edward Sanchez out on pit road.
Wow. So we've seen Edward. Yeah, Edward struggled in the pits last week. I would imagine he may have overshot it.
We could.
Let's find out. No, didn't overshoot it. Maybe a 2-tire stop.
I heard this could have been something at exit, kind of bad on the mic. Drivers are doing a lot more talking today than they were at Talladega, ironically. Well, you know, the 43...
Money's on the line now.
That wasn't too bad. The 43 was really fast. 43, I think, may have taken 2 tyres. This might be the answer. Let's take a look at that car. Definitely had a shorter run in the pit lane. Did something different on pit road. And that just might have been the time. Let's move a little bit faster. See how many jacks that car ends up upon.
Gas only. No, 2 tires.
Side. Brown misses the pit box badly.
He's driving a tank out there right now.
Yep.
2 tires. I like the call.
By the way, yeah, Aaron Brown there, badly missing pit box. I have some memories of this one happening well over the box, a whole box over, in fact.
So Aaron Brown, his strategy for the day is going to be essentially survive the crashes. Don't damage your day more than it already has been damaged. Now, we do got an update from the Bitcoin Lambo. He said patience after that last crash, as well as he gained a position on pit road. Let's go. So we're definitely pulling for Peter Saddington out there as he's putting together a top 10 run. We seen him get to the front and get to the lead at the end of Talladega. Can he do it here at Charlotte? I mean, now with Ferris leading up front with no tires, I would imagine he's going to be a sitting duck here. He has
I
roughly...
thought he was a lap car. It turns out he actually was trying the no tires strategy. So...
how do you think this is going to hold up?
Yeah, this might be... Also, there's controversy of Aaron in the back. I think... or it might be Aaron Ramon, or there's multiple Aarons, so, but I think people are not finding their spots in time for the restart, so we have added another lap to the caution again to try and make sense of this. We are 4 races into the season, I'll just put it like that. I don't like being mean, but we have done restarts before, and we are getting a bit confused here.
These college kids, man, they're getting experience, and that's what matters. So, Jonah Bryan is in 15th. I know he was involved in one of the first crashes. I'm not too sure if he has damage on that car, because I looked at him to be a contender for the win here today if he does in fact have a clean car, but it doesn't look hurt from what I can see. Maybe he's just hitting pit road to get every little dent knocked out so he can potentially have a shot to win come the end.
Aaron Ramon stuck on pit road, black flagged. Down and out. Brandy Randall's also out of this race with a meatball flag, and Matthew Brodering still just going nowhere. That car ain't in a good place. 20 minutes in the pit box will do that to you. someone always tries the no tire strap at Charlotte. Someone always tries it, and honestly, I've seen really talented drivers get away with it. And if the dice fall Ferris's way, it could work. It's also very risky, of course. You get a bad slow start, you're gonna check up a line, and then people are gonna get really angry at you if they're not angry enough. And who have you got behind you? An angry Edward Sanchez. So Edward Sanchez in a bad mood after a lot of things have happened so far this race. So there's Edward literally saying, please start second gear, don't ruin this.
Edward knows what's on the line. He wants this championship bad. So we're gonna see Ferris fire off here in second gear, I'd imagine. Now, this isn't going to work for Ferris. He's not gonna hold the lead. But what he's hoping that will happen is maybe he can get out a little bit and potentially be running top 5, 15, 20 laps from now when we get another yellow flag. 3 wide for the lead. Edward Sanchez through the middle. Into the lead he goes.
That's exactly what Edward Sanchez needed. 100%. Get it done on the first go. Not get held up.
Spinner.
Contact.
Stevens.
Oh, it's almost
Will he
saved.
save it?
Almost. No.
Kapow. Oh, we got wrecked on the front straightaway as well. Oh, it's the big one. They're all involved.
You're not meant to have the big one
It's
at Charlotte.
Straightaway.
That was almost amazing. That was almost incredible. That slow 9 on the bottom, obviously. The tyres are good, not doing any help at all. Wonder who moves where for this one. Oh, it's unfortunate. It's a little bit of both in that one. That's almost perfect, almost perfect, almost perfect. But these cars snap. The next gen snaps badly. And once it does, it's just sort of like all over for a lot of the field in the back because there's no space to move here.
Good wreck avoidance by Peter Saddington and Zach Davis in there. That's what I noted. So I don't know if Stevens came down. It seemed like it was a motion of he came down, Garbolum came up. But, man, I see Sam Horst heavy involved back there. We got 4 cars parked right there. I mean, this was the big one from Charlotte. I mean, this was huge right here. Look at this stacking. Now, Aaron Brown is who I'm curious about. Did he make it through the carnage? Because this is a lot of points he may have just gained.
Oh, he goes around it. Aaron Brown goes around
barely.
it.
The tank is still moving, and these are all valuable points he's gaining on the table.
Is Aaron Brown's
See what
on
Aaron
board.
Brown did here.
It's a skill to slow down for a wreck. He's slowing down well. Very, very well. Sees it developing. Sees the gap. Punches it through. That's survival. He's up to P12 just alone by doing that.
My goodness,
Let's try and catch the
championship run.
Oh, it's hard to
is
save
back
these cars.
alive.
I have a lot of sympathy, and that was an incredibly good attempt throughout the entire corner. Holding the wheel, trying to do it. The wheel's in the right place, but the next gen says no.
I think we should go on board of Chris Hood here next. I think that will be a fun one.
Oh boy, here we go.
Chris Hood. Let's see what he does here off turn number 3 and 4. Oh boy, here we go. Oh my gosh.
Never tell him the odds. Whoa.
That's wild. Peter Saddington says that he has the cleanest car right now. Peter's surviving out here. And I want to shout out Peter Saddington for hitting the apron, how he did.
Just trying to catch that incident. It's unlucky.
It's hard to tell, man.
That's unlucky. The 9 is sort of understeering a bit due to the tyres, but it's not that egregious. It's really bad luck.
Yeah. Like the 9's washing up a little bit. 39's trying to come down and get the best entry. It's kind of just what we've seen there. Well, the pace lights are off. We're going to try this baby again and see what we have for the win here tonight. Laps are winding down. Approaching 70 laps remaining from Charlotte. We knew this one was going to be a bit of a marathon. We didn't know it was going to be about survival the way that it has been. But, hey, survival is everything here in these 1.5 mile tracks. And a lot of these drivers running these 1.5 mile tracks for the first time, obviously it's going to be a bit of a challenge for them. So we got Edward Sanchez up front. I see Trey in the 43 machine. It looks like he's running in the 8th position. In the 7th position, Peter Saddington has made it all the way up to 8th just by avoiding these crashes. A name I mentioned earlier, Jonah Bryan, running in 11th. I think he has more he can gain on the table. I think there's a lot of drivers. That 71's going to charge, man. He's going to get up there. He's going to get inside the top 5 and go and contend for this win. Keep your eye on that 71. And after what happened to Aaron Brown, I think this is a big opportunity. Big opportunity for Jonah Bryan. And Edward Sanchez, major opportunity for him, even if he can cut into that points lead just a little bit. Now, we are going to be doing a giveaway at the halfway marker as we're back. Green flag racing. Edward Sanchez is going to lead him in at turn number 1. So we're going to give it away Leland Honeyman signed hero card today for the winner of the giveaway, the halfway giveaway on lap 50. So keep that in mind, and all you got to do to enter that giveaway is leave a comment in the chat, and I will randomly pick one of you guys, and I'll have it shipped out first thing Monday morning. 3 wide! Jonah Bryan's flying through the field. Multiple cars hit the wall that time by.
Wall, it just comes up at you out of nowhere. It's like a horror movie villain. If any of you watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2 on the earlier in the week, maybe you feel the jump scare. I had to throw that one out. Look, it's college kids. They all watched it. I watched it too, and I'm 27. So that wall comes at you as a surprise. It just sort of juts out, and it's all of a sudden, if you've not aimed your car perfectly, you're inside of it. Ferris Krippendorf, very slow again. Really, so still hasn't stopped. Just drop into the back now.
Way off pace. And I think that's where we're going to see tire wear. But the big thing is he's also going to have an extra set of tires, you know, and that could be needed at the end if the yellow flags fall at the right time. So another car into the hole way back there. But I think we're in for a pretty good green flag run here. I think we're going to get a good little stint. And I think Edward Sanchez, he's not in a must-win. That's the thing. He's not in a must-win. Aaron Brown is running in 14th. That has them about dead even going into the final race, but every point's going to matter. So, in his mind, he's telling himself that he's pretty much in a must-win, even though that's not the case. But he needs to get up on the wheel and get every point he can. Rivers Jones is approaching the rear bumper of Edward Sanchez, and he's about to go try a fight for the lead here.
I don't know if he needs to push overwhelmingly hard for it. I think he just needs to sort of stay close and then go for the long run. One of the big problems with the next gen, really, as a car, is the dirty air when you get behind someone on a track like this. You're fast, and then all of a sudden you're sort of in that 2 temps bubble, and then it's just all over. And then all you want to hope for is keeping the car together, sticking around, and then if Edward makes a mistake, you can take it. Edward would love a win, though, on the standings, and if that puts him far away from his rival, he's perfectly set up for Homestead, which is, I think, going to be another track that sort of breeds both the highest skill drivers, but also maybe a little bit of carnage as drivers try and run high.
Absolutely, and luck just means so much in these races. So, Chris Hood, who dodged the last crash, he's now have cracked the top 10, running in the 9th position. Jonah Bryan, I said keep your eyes out on him. Well, he is rocketing his way up to the front in that 71 machine. Now up to 7th, and I think he's going to blow the doors off of all these competitors in front of him before you know it. Here he comes to the inside of Landon Johnson, trying to force the issue a little bit here. I know Jonah Bryan is a smart driver, and he's going to do what he has to do here. Bit of a block there from the 88, but he's going to work him over. Look for Jonah to go put this baby inside the top 5. He may not do it immediately, but I think he's going to do it by the end, and I think he is a big threat for the top 2 up front.
Trey Lambrecht made up good places, and if he only finishes this close to Edward Sanchez by the end, we have a grandstand race finish at Homestead. I mean, like, if you get something like 3rd or 4th, the points gap is so tiny, every place is going to matter, and that's going to be excellent. Just a driver that we've totally missed and ignored. He's leading quite the big group. Notice he's running up high. That may be a tyre strategy sort of thing, but even Floyd is running on the bottom. And even with lanes that different, it can be quite hard to get past someone. This is the first track of the season that encourages any sort of different lines. Not even as big as like some like Kansas, but in India you did the same thing. At Daytona, Talladega, the wild card. So this one we're seeing different strategies come out.
Absolutely. So in 12 laps, we are going to be giving away a signed hero card. Spam the chat. The more you put in the chat, it only increases your odds. So if you really want it, put 100 comments in the chat. I don't care. Blow the chat up. It'll increase your shot to win. But a car I am looking at, AJ Stevens. He was involved in the big crash. First one to go around. He's now running in the 11th position. And yes, that is because a lot of cars have been hurt, damaged, and wrecked out. But even with the damage on his car, he has the potential to still snag a top 10. Peter Saddington has dropped a couple positions, but I believe he still has a clean car out there as well in car number 29.
It's a long-run race here. It's not about where you are right now. It's about where you are in quite a bit of time when the tyres are worn in very differently. We're definitely going to need at least one more pit stop in these things. I don't know if the fuel is limited in any way. There's not, but you ain't making 60 laps on this, and we're already 17 into the stint. So if we stay green, it's green flag pit stops at Charlotte. That's a whole new level of jeopardy to add to the race, of course, and that's going to change things up. We're already approaching the halfway mark, lap 41 out of 100. Time certainly does fly around an intermediate, let me tell you that. That was Peter Saddington sort of straddling the AstroTurf. Don't want to go too deep onto that.
So I'm looking at Billy McCoy. He's up 17 positions from the start, running in the 4th spot as of now. What a race he is on, and don't let it go unnoticed. My boy Jonah Bryans has cracked the top 5 officially. He is on the freaking move right now, and he's going to continue charging. Edward Sanchez has put a 0.7 of a second lead over Jones. Here we are on board with Jonah Bryan. Man, he's moving up to 4th now as he's going to go underneath McCoy. Running in position number 4 and still charging to the front. I think this run alone, he went from 15th to 4th. He is hauling that baby to the front.
Not even a championship contender, but very, very, very fast. And I guess you saw this coming, and I didn't. And I am certainly impressed. I think Caden Pado's going to get that done. That's a lap car in the middle, the 17. Quite a few even decent drivers got this race. Be careful. Oh boy, it's tight.
It's getting ugly here in Charlotte. Oh, it seems like everyone's slamming that wall every time. Now, you can beat these cars up a little bit without actually breaking the steering. But once you break the steering, it's hard to recover them. So I want to go back to Aaron Brown, who came in with the championship lead. He's running 15th. He's been dropping some positions here. Car is hurt, but he came in as the points leader. And the car is not pretty. Wrecked out before even making it to turn number 1. What Aaron Brown is hoping right now is that there's a bunch of crashes and he can avoid them, and he may very well get his wish. But who wins this season probably feels like he deserves the championship, but will he have the most points come the end of the season? Here comes Jonah Bryan, now battling for the 3rd position, and I think he's just going to take it down there on the bottom groove.
Stock car racing, man, you can get unlucky, horrible things can happen to you, and then you're down and out. It's a story of many a season. Bryan taking points from Trey here, and he might be flying even further up, but I am concerned that if you run this fast, your long run in the next 20 laps is going to be a whole lot worse. You can burn up your tires by being too fast around here. Ask me, I do it every single time.
So I got updates from the Bitcoin Lambo, Peter Saddington himself. He said that he has wheel damage and slow on the outside is where he's at right now. So that's why he's fading positions. Must have slapped the wall just a little bit. I think he can get it repaired under yellow when he gets that opportunity, but look at what lap we're on, lap 47. Halfway is coming up, boys, and that means final shot to enter a win, a signed hero card from Leland Honeyman. Blow the chat up right now. It will only increase your entry. I'm giving away after lap number 50.
I'm in with 1 entry, so if I win, you guys didn't spam enough messages. Just saying, like, I'm there as the spoiler in case you guys don't do enough work.
I love it. So we got some new names in the top 10 who I haven't really noticed before. Mitchell driving the 30 car is one new name there, running in the 8th position. He's on a heck of a run right now and moving up. Look at the battle up in front of him between Chris Hood, and he has, I believe, the Wonder Bread car to his inside there. That battle's getting pretty hot. So, man, it seems like no matter what, there's action going on everywhere around this racetrack. Peter Saddington says that he needs a yellow flag.
I think a lot of people are going to be begging for one of those, but if you always notice, whenever you need one, it just doesn't come out. That's just how it goes, you know? Like, you're in the lead, the field is wrecking like crazy. You need a yellow, you ain't getting anything. That's just how it is in iRacing.
Or said, what's a hero card? Well, a hero card is it's basically like a little signed picture of one of your favorite NASCAR drivers. It's more on the NASCAR side of things. But we will be giving that away here momentarily. We are on lap number 50, so stay tuned as I pick a winner here momentarily. Edward Sanchez has increased his lead to almost 1 second over Rivers Jones. And still pulling away. I think this is a statement race for Edward Sanchez. And, man, he wants that title bad. I think he's definitely driving with emotion, but he has to be careful. He doesn't melt them tires, because there may be some competitors behind him that may save the tires up a bit more.
He's been good on the long run as well. You know, you never really know how drivers are going to race long run until they do it, but he's been very, very impressive in keeping with pace. And we're sort of approaching a pit stop window in about 10, 15 laps. So at that point, everything, not everything changes, but we get to see the second half of this really play out.
Absolutely, it's going to be a heck of a show. Green flag pit stops maybe approaching before the end. We currently have 15 cars on the lead lap currently. This could be big. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. And here we go. There's the first one. Zachary Duffer on pit road. I mean, you don't want to waste time on pit road, but at the same time, I feel like you're gonna need the tires and definitely gonna need the fuel to get to the end.
Wonder if he gets on any jacks. Yes, he will. You probably want to around here every chance you can get.
Absolutely, battle still going on everywhere on this racetrack. Things are getting wild through the field, and man, oh man, here we go. Another battle here with Chris Hood, as he's going to have the 30 of Mitchell come to his inside, and they're going to go wheel to wheel for the 7th position, with lap traffic almost playing a factor there. Things are getting nuts.
Lap traffic's everywhere. It's like a swarm of bees. Can't even look without lap traffic just showing up. And it's been an impediment to every single car around here. Of course, some cars now putting themselves a lap down due to that green flag pit stop that they hope to get back. They're going to be running very, very, very fast laps for a while. Here's Jake Cummings trying to battle Peter Saddington. Meanwhile, Jonah Bryant's just sort of in the middle of it. Oh, get out of the way. It's the drives on fresh tires that are going to make a very, very big impact very soon.
Absolutely. Man, oh man. I mean, and I'm watching Jonah Bryan as well. I mean, I think he may have melted his tires down a little bit here, and he's probably going to be looking to hit the pits here momentarily. 45 laps remaining. Tires are huge right now. You got to make sure that you have tire wear at the end, but also, I feel like a lot of these drivers are going to drive this baby out and hope for a yellow flag. And if that yellow flag doesn't come, they may have just got beat by the white car that did hit pit road. Peter Saddington is now on pit road.
Here they come. I think it's slightly on the early side, but you might just want to play the strategy and see what happens. The car can do 44 laps, so you can do it now and run to the end. But I think some of the drivers up ahead are going to focus instead on waiting out. We'll get rid of the 39-minute pit stop right there. They're going to focus on sort of waiting out, maybe splitting it in half. It's usually a strategy if you're doing well.
Absolutely. So I'd say we go ahead and give out the hero card. Final shot to enter, and I'm going to give it out next time around. Here we go. Battles all around this track. Christopher Smith into the wall in that 69 machine. He's running in the 14th position currently. I'm proud of this run that Chris Hood is on. Running 7th, man. I mean, if things shake out, he may be a contender for the... Whoa! He's around! He may have just got turned. What a save! Will he correct it? He will! Straighten that baby up! Went down the track. I think he's a little heated right now. Let's see what happens here. Definitely contact. I want to see what happened after that because it definitely looked like he took a swing at the 30 machine. 30 got in a little too hot. Almost sent him around.
You never want to do that sort of stuff on purpose, and I never believe it is, but there are speed differences going into these turns. Ask the guy I killed during the Snowball Derby today. Thanks for my top 10. Sorry, 9 car. If you're watching, there's a caution on the track, by the way. Uh-oh, it's Christian Ramson. Don't think this is a big one. I think Christian Ramson might have just spun this and reset this race.
What we got here?
Oh!
Whoa! Hit the bumps coming off pit road and spun that baby around.
And it's going to go yellow. Is that the yellow? I think it's the yellow. Yeah, that's kind of sad.
That is going to be the yellow flag right there.
Where's the
Things
jump?
have been shaken.
There's a bump on pit exit. What?
Big.
That's
exactly what he did.
That's a brutal bump on pit exit.
Yeah, with these next-gen cars, low gear, you hit that bump, it feels like a ramp you're hitting. Look at that.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, there's a big one.
No way he knew.
With the truck.
I don't know. There's no way he does.
But the next-gen car, I know it's pretty embarrassing when you do that, but it's more common than what you believe. Well, pits are open.
As I said, like, I would do that. I don't know that exists. I've just learned.
Oh my goodness, this has been brutal here today. So Edward Sanchez is hitting pit road with 40 laps remaining.
Here comes pretty much everyone. This could get you to the end of the race. Those that stopped just a little bit ago, probably very, very happy with themselves right now, actually. They are going to be able to start this at the front of the field without tyres that are shredded, and we'll see how that one plays. Everyone's usually takes 4 around here unless they are gambling on something. Sanchez this time easily takes it. Our top 3 stays the same. Bit of a race there on pit road for Trey Lambre. He manages to beat out Landon Johnson.
And we're going to go ahead and hit the draw here for the hero card giveaway. And it's going to be Sam. Sam Horst, you have won the Leland Honeyman hero card signed. Congratulations. Send me your shipping address over on Discord or Instagram, and I'll get that baby shipped out to you, buddy. Congratulations.
One day, like, I put in one message because I'm like, hey, it's not gonna like be me, but like if everyone else fails to post enough messages, like I'm the spoiler option, you know.
You're the spoiler option.
Well, we have to remember.
It's gonna cost $20 to ship it to you.
These guys, the winner gets paid more. Oh wow, Mark Kark really went for that. Really went for that. Amazing.
Mark won one of the last ones. Mark won one of the last ones.
Yeah, he really tried for that one. I make less than the winner of the series will, but I make very consistent money during this job. So, really, who's the real winner at the end of the day? They have to fight for it.
It's always
do a job.
fun. It's always fun commentating on racing.
You really did try, Mark.
Even though For the audience out there, Hallie, what time is it where you're at right now? Tell them where you're at and what time it is and the sacrifices you have made for this league.
We have 3 minutes to 2 a.m. because apparently the person responsible for sort of organising me in the broadcast, I'm both his favourite and also British. So I got to deal with both of those at the same time, of course. Thankfully, I reversed my sleep cycle the weekend like an idiot, so I was able to actually sleep and wake up an hour before this, and I'm very refreshed. I'm like at my best. Thank God my day job lets me work remote. I'll just put it like that. Like, that saves me.
We're going to try this baby again. 37 to go when we get to the line. So who this has really gave an opportunity to? Jonah Bryan. And Edward Sanchez, you know, he had a pretty commanding lead, a second lead. That has been erased now. With 37 laps remaining, I think Edward needs to probably go a little bit hard here, break away from the field if you can, but also don't let anyone take this championship from you. Don't let anyone put you in a dangerous position. We're back green flag racing and CRS for the Charlotte 600. Edwards got a commanding lead going into turn number 1, and he's going to check out right there as everyone's fighting for that bottom groove. So now with 4 new tires on it, these cars are going to drive a little bit different. Let's see how long we make it under green flag conditions. Can we make it 36 more laps around here? Here we go, boys. It's looking like it may be carnage from Charlotte, but Edward Sanchez is going to lead them back in the line, and now the battle for position number 2 is on as Caden takes it in the 17 machine. But don't look now because Jonah Bryan is coming to life.
These 3 drivers are going to race like their life depends on it. I mean, Caden Pado saw the wild card, didn't expect him out there. Very interesting that almost all the drivers, well, cut 1 or 2 of the drivers that did that stop earlier, did it again. No, Jonah! Make it back onto the track, buddy. That vehicle staying green, but that's brutal.
A lot of positions lost. So fastest lap of the race just got ran by our leader Edward Sanchez. 3 wide didn't work. Jonah went for it. Ooh. Opportunity bound. But good job for all 3 of them on somehow saving that and not making it a bigger issue than what it could have been.
Yeah, that was almost terror, really. I mean, the 43 in the wall sort of squeezed up, but I'm not sure the space ever truly existed. You can see where the big run, 17 goes up a bit too, but that car in the wall spooks him, and that's sort of the reset of that. We luckily do stay green on the other side, and we still have some crazy racing do because Mitchell Hyatt is now the driver that wants to play this battle.
Oh, he's charging that 30. He is flying to the field. Had contact with Chris Hood earlier, but now he is on the move. But also, don't count out Trey. He came in 1 point over Edward Sanchez. This is potentially the battle for the title between the top 2 up here. And with that said, Aaron Brown is gaining positions. He's up to 11th now. So Aaron Brown is likely going to come out of this with the points lead, but it's not going to be as much as he wanted it to be. A gap he has built through the first 3 races is essentially gone. Edward Sanchez, Trey, and the 43 machine, both of them have their eyes opened and ready to get in the chase for the championship here and ready to go contend for the title next week as we're approaching the final round, and that's going to happen at Homestead Miami Speedway. So what a place to crown a champion. We know that's where talent's going to be on the line, and it's going to be the best man winning it. So, Mitchell now running in the 2nd position. He has cleared his competitors, and he's about to go put it on the line here. We haven't seen too much of him here today, but with 30 laps remaining, is it time? We see Chris Hood going side by side with the 88 of Landon Johnson. Looks like everyone's going to make it through this time by, and Hood is going to be up a position.
Obviously, there's only one person that enjoys this more than anyone else, and it's Edward Sanchez. Just being unbothered right now. Just run away and take away this race win. Lock it in. Try and get as far ahead before the finale as you can. Not have to worry too much. That'll be very, very helpful. because these two, they're dragging each other back with dirty air. It sort of was a factor on the other tracks, but especially also here, get side by side with someone, you're both going to run a little bit slower, throwing the air onto the spoiler of the other car, and that is going to affect them with these aero-heavy next gens. Rivers Jones sort of dropped a bit like a rock here, trying to hold off Chris Hood, but it's not the same, is it?
With how these guys are nailing the wall, I would not be surprised if they have wheel damage on their next-gen race car. It doesn't take a lot, but some of these guys are absolutely killing it. Another one right there on your screen, and while this battle is going on, don't let it get ignored that Edward Sanchez has now got a second lead over Jake Cummings, and it's not going to matter because Jonah Bryan is around and sitting on the racetrack past the start-finish line. The yellow flag is going to drop with 28 laps remaining. What happened?
Well, I didn't see. Car sideways. It's going to be the 31. It's right up into him. Right up into him.
AJ Stevens.
There's a car there.
So this probably did Jonah Bryan a bigger break than he's going to realize, because he's been kind of begging for this yellow flag since he went around earlier and the yellow flag didn't fly. So he's probably pretty happy this yellow is out, even though it's a little unfortunate for him. He's going to lose some more positions, but it's an opportunity to catch things back up. And I know Edward Sanchez is probably up front thinking, I can't catch a break. The Daytona winner is trying to lead almost every lap here tonight in the Charlotte 600.
I mean, I might have to work out quite how many laps he's led. Let's take a look at some driver position changes, though. Who's gained the most over this race? I can get this data somehow, I promise. I don't need to, like, work it out like a carrier pigeon. The Sanchez didn't start on pole, but he's made it up there. Billy McCoy and Ray Coyle, two of our biggest movers. 8th position for up 13 and 14th position up 14. Aaron Raman down 24. Knocked out due to incident, so a few drivers got beaten and bruised. Michael Hyatt started in 3rd. He's exactly where he started. We sort of dismissed him a little.
So Peter Saddington had damage earlier, pitted on green. He's running 16th. He's looking for a top 10. I know Talladega was pretty successful for him, so it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to shake down, but pits are open. I think tires is the way to go here. Did Edward Sanchez stay out? I would think tires, I feel like you need them.
If you're the leader, you don't know whether the people behind you are going to make that move. And if none of them do, because I sort of thought you won't take tires. And if you don't take tires, if you take tires and everyone else doesn't, you're screwed. You're at the back and you've lost your win. You can't take these sorts of gambles from the lead of the race because you don't get to react to people. As people back in the field are like, oh, people are taking tires, I'll join them. So he was in a very, very tough position there. Two drivers, Michael Hyatt and Edward Sanchez up front, not taking any. I think Sanchez is fast. He can get away with this. Hyatt's the one that scares me more.
So it looks like the car with the freshest tires now is going to be restarting about 10th. So they are going to have a ways to go with roughly 24 laps remaining. But ideally, that's the last time they're seeing pit road. I don't think you're going to want to come in after this unless you want to give the win away. But things are going to get shaken up a lot. I mean, I'm curious if that was the right call. I think I would have been on pit road. Even, we've seen earlier what no tires looked like. And some of these guys in the back, they're going to be ready to blow the doors off of these leaders if they can get to them. I think right now we're going to learn if Edward Sanchez has the pace. What you're going to hope for is that they burn up their tires trying to get to you, and they're not much of a factor. I mean, the good thing for Edward Sanchez is he's only going to have roughly 24 laps to get this baby done. He's not going to, you know, they're going to try to get to him, but it's not like he has a whole marathon in front of him. So a lot's going to change.
Just screamed. Aaron Brown just screamed a scream so loud. I need to replay what happened. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Quote from Zachary Dapper, I love collegiate wrecking series. What?
Oh my god!
What are we doing, buddy?
on the exit of pit road. Somebody must have hit the bump again. Somebody hit the jump. Who hit the jump?
Ray Doyle.
Oh my goodness.
No, don't reverse like that. No! It wasn't Ray, but AJ Stevens hit the jump. But,
oh man, Edward Sanchez is having a field day right now.
Oh no, the car hits the jump. 2 cars hit the jump.
The jump got him. Stevens,
It's like an
AJ
apex
Stevens
predator on this track.
You gotta be in like 2nd or 3rd gear coming off pit road. I'm telling you, it will sneak up on you. For anyone watching the broadcast, take notes. 2nd or 3rd gear coming off pit road. First is a little bumpy. You don't see it coming. It just kind of pops out of nowhere.
We're green, so let's very quickly return to live pictures here.
Here we go. Edward Sanchez up front. Let's see what the 4 new tires can do in the back. We know they're going to get wild, but while Mitchell running in the 2nd position, here comes the 4 new tires. They're coming from 10th on back, but can they do it? Couple competitors really trying to get up on the wheel. It looks like they're getting wild in the back. And Mitchell is not letting Sanchez get away. 4 new tires is trying the outside and gaining positions fast.
Hard to know where to look on this show, really. Okay, they've done their 3 wide, which means these 2, they're both the drivers that did not take tires, and they're about to be chased down by everybody that did. They got an amazing start off the restart, being both the top 2. Won't last forever. I'm very curious if there's another caution, how people react, actually. That's going to be really unusual. Top 4 in tow. Trey Lambrecht keeping in range to keep this championship close to the wire.
So Rivers Jones, he has one of the fastest cars on the track. He has the freshest tires on it.
Cummings
Jake
fast
Cummings
as
in the 95 just ran the fastest lap of the race in that 2nd position. He's on the move right now. Can he go get him? I mean, you would hate for Edwards to lead this whole race and get it snagged here in the final 20 laps, but the possibility is there.
Well, you don't win in your in, so it's not going to be a devastating points loss, but it's unlucky when the caution flies and you have to make a call as the leader and you make the call wrong. It's very unlucky.
It's not over yet, but Jake Cummings he is charging quick right now. 0.3 of a second off turn number 4 is the gap. We're going to keep our eye on that. I wouldn't imagine Sanchez is giving it everything yet. I think he's given it enough to hold the lead, but not giving it everything. But we're seeing Jake continue a charge a little bit here. He is closing. He knocked it down to 0.2 of a second there momentarily. A little bit wild down here. That's 4 new tires on the move there. Couple guys really getting up on the wheel right now. Just do they have enough time is the question. Look at this, almost trouble, and a yellow flag will only help these guys on the new tires. Rivers Jones is going to find his way up to the 6th position after that pass. But the fight for the lead is on. Here comes Jake Cummings through the rear bumper of Edward Sanchez. Can he get it done?
Bit of weaving further back, so I'm always curious what's the most interesting thing on the pack, but really, it's coming.
Whoa, it's the wall!
Oh, please wrap that. He does. Back
what
on
a
track.
save!
Trey's going to take that back, but that's a ride.
I think he hit that wall so much, he probably has wheel damage. It doesn't look like it wants to rotate now. He's going to try to gather it back up, but this was a hard impact off turn number 4. I mean, he's putting everything on the line here. Look at this. To the rear bumper of the leader. 5th gear. He's cruising. He's going to stop that throttle off turn number 4. Look at how much he was tracking in the green. Kapow! Heavy into the wall. Yep, you can see wheel damage right there. He's turning to the right immediately. That car is not driving straight. Cummings is going right to the back.
Horrible
Already down
wall.
to 4.
I hate that wall. I've ever told you I hate that wall. Hate that wall. Oh, my car. Sideways. Oh,
What trouble?
Landon
Yellow flag.
Johnson.
We got front numbers laying on the back straightaway.
Not yellow.
Rivers Jones has made it to 3rd with 4 new tires.
Oh, that car's meatball. That car is down.
It's going to be hard. Here he goes. He's going to make it just in time.
Oh, no way. Is it into the same guy?
Off of Jonah Bryan.
And this shock was hard. I don't know who caused it. He's not giving much
Jonah
space down
shoved
there.
his bumper in. There was enough room, but just enough room.
Ouch. We stay green.
This is getting wild. Watching 15 laps remaining. I'm still watching Rivers Jones, who is running third. He has the tires on it. That's for sure. Can he get up there and go challenge for the win? It feels like he's so far back, but he's not that far back. Only 2 seconds with 4 fresh tires, and he has 15 laps to do it with 4 fresh tires on that car. I think it's just a matter of does he have the time? You know, we're gonna watch the gap, but it doesn't look like he's closing as fast as you would think. But I'm beginning to think Edward Sanchez may have roasted his tires, because it seems like he does not have the pace he had earlier, and Trey is on his rear bumper.
He didn't burn them up on the first stint, but they're just going to be getting old now. They're 25 laps old, and these are the championship contenders really sort of going into this finale. If our championship leader drops this many points, we could have a three-way grandstand finish, and Trey Lambrecht and Edward Sanchez, 1 point separates them now. It could be a free driver finish, because when I think about the maths on this, I think that Aaron Brown's going to get a good enough finish to make this a three-car chase into the final championship race. He's P10 right now. You know, he's got a gap of 17. He might still actually be ahead. He's done a recovery drive. He's kept it in one piece. We did see him getting lapped, but he stayed out of trouble. That car is not handling well, but all he needed was to not die, to be honest, to make the Homestead a thriller.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a 3-horse race from Miami. It's not going to get any better than that. Peter Saddington running position number 13 right now, but all eyes are up front with 11 laps remaining. The race is on. We are seeing Rivers Jones kind of knock down a 10th or so, but it's not looking like he's charging hard enough to get to the leaders. I think it's between the top 2 right now, and Edward Sanchez is just running away with this baby right now. He's doing everything he needs to do to run away with this baby.
Every little helps, and Trey, I mean, we got to give him credit in the sense that we've been describing him as invisible. We've been describing this battle between Brown and Sanchez, and Trey's just been sitting there from the back, you know, making these points, making good finishes. We've not been praising his name, and he's a championship contender. Yeah, we just ended one racing championship with a last race finale, and we're due to have one more this week. So it's going to be ridiculously intense in the finale if it stays this way. Even if Trey takes the win as a 1 point swing, couple points, not too many, ends up just going right down to it. We have 10 to go around here. You know, it's going to take something dramatic to flip this race on its head. Aaron Brown, meatball flag, by the way. Did something just happen to him?
Oh no! This could be disastrous for Aaron Brown. The championship leader has been meatballed with 10 laps remaining.
Trying to work this out. If there's no big hit, then what's happened is the tires hit 0%. And that is a meatball flag. So if we don't see anything happen here, that car is not looking. But it's possible that the wheel damage has caused him to wear the tire way harder. Yeah, that's likely what's happened here, because we're not seeing much out of him. And then one of the tires has hit 0. He's hung on for dear life. He's going to have to change them, because he'll be disqualified if he doesn't. But that's what wheel damage can do to you when it's bad, man. Yeah, he's in the pits. He is just changing tires, and we back out.
So he is going to lose only one position. He's not going to bury him too bad here. He's running in position number 11 as of now. So the top 2, what they got to do is not wreck each other. You know, they need the points more than they need the win right now. They do not wreck each other. But what I like about Trey, or any of these guys, you never know if the leaders could wreck each other at Miami going for the championship, and it may be the third contender that's going to sneak in there and grab that baby, whether if they have a win this season or not. But let's see what Trey can do. He's on the rear bumper of Edward Sanchez. Can he snag the win in the Charlotte 600? Right now, Edwards has 1 win. Aaron Brown has the other 2. If we tie it up here, we're going to be 2 for 2. But not if Trey has anything to say about it. Could be 5 to go with the line.
This is a chase that really could happen. Could expose a mistake. Aaron Brown leaves, drops 1 position. So his point takeaway is not going to be devastated today. Is Trey going to make a crazy move, or is he just going to accept what he has? Could be either way around here. This has been a grueling, brutal race. It's wiped cars out. And, you know, the fact that Aaron Brown pits under green and loses 1 lap is a signal, and 1 position is a signal to just how brutal this has been. It's not led every lap, but Edward Sanchez has led so many of them. I mean, he has put himself in a dominant position. It makes me think Homestead is going to have to try and do the same thing again. I'll try for Homestead to have live championship points, and we'll see what happens as the championship wraps up.
4 laps remaining, coming to 3 to go this time. So Edwards is putting a gap on him right now. He is checking out. We are seeing Rivers Jones begin to start driving into that, but he's going to be too little too late. If we get a yellow flag here, this may be Rivers' race. Right now, Edwards, he's checking out. I think Trey has burned the tires up a little bit, but Edwards Sanchez is right place, right time, fastest car here today. All he has to do is see that white flag, and he's going to be feeling pretty good about bringing this baby to victory lane. 2 laps to go with the line.
Everybody's meowing on the voice chat, and I think this is starting to annoy people. Someone said they would run over that cat. So, you know, don't meow too loudly on the N-Race voice chat. 2 to go around there. Edwards made the gap now. 8-10. Just suddenly Trey's fallen behind. Those tires are wrecked. That makes this win locked in for good, I think.
Some college kids having fun in voice chat. We're going to see the white flag this time for Edward Sanchez. He won Daytona. The final lap pass on Aaron Brown. White flag, 1 lap to go in the CRS Charlotte 600. Edward Sanchez is going to see it. Final time through turn number 1 and 2. Final time down the back straightaway. And he's going to be looking to grab his 2nd win of the season. You don't want to race the laps cars too heavy here. He's going to slap the wall just slightly to the inside of Zach Davison, who is 1 lap down. And off turn number 4 is going to be Edward Sanchez winning the Charlotte 600. And he's going to go on victory lane. He has tightened the points gap. And he said, if you want this championship, you got to drive through me in Miami.
Tied up going into Miami. Tune in next week. Don't miss it. We love a season finale that goes down to the wire. And it will be the race for any of the 3. Edward sounded very, very, very excited.
Absolutely. We're going to have to get an interview here with Edward Sanchez here in 1 moment. See what we got here when Edward has a cup. Edward Sanchez, do you got a copy, buddy?
I got a copy.
Dominant car of the day. You have won the Charlotte 600. Congratulations. I know that means a lot. Crown Jewel event is a big win. But I think all eyes are on you as you have tightened the championship battle going into Miami. Tell me about the race. Tell me about what you got to do next week to seal the deal.
Man, my mentality is really just what happened tonight is what happened. Now I gotta start practicing Homestead. I mean, tonight was a great race. Unfortunate for my teammate Aaron Brown, who's right next to me. He got caught up in an early wreck, but I kept telling him to keep pushing, and so he's 11th. So in terms of the championship, I believe I'm only behind him by around, I believe, 7 or 8 points. But yeah, no, this race was really just about maintaining clean air. As you saw, I practically almost led every lap. I just try to do the right strategy call, and especially towards the end when everybody went in and I stayed out, I got a little bit afraid, but luckily that 13 lap old tires that I had on I was taking it nice and easy. I was taking care of it. And when we went green, I just hammered it down. And Trey gave me a good fight there to the end, catching up to almost 3/10. And well, at that time, I just started giving him that dirty air and just trying to mirror drive him. And I guess it worked out. But no, I mean, I know Trey and I, we worked together in the past, and now we're going to be really rivals, especially as eligible drivers for the payout. I know we're both tied in points. So honestly, well, Aaron's got a good hefty, good amount lead of 7 points. I know Trey and I, we are in the hunt for that money, that big prize money. So I'm really happy for the guys. I'm really happy for the girls back at the shop. I mean, I'm just so happy that I was able to put in the momentum and really make a reverse. I know last week I wrecked out. The week before that, I wrecked out. So for once, to finally win a race, to get back on top, it feels great. And just super proud of the Baruch Chevy ESA, sponsored by Low Free. I cannot believe it, man. I'm back! Finally!
I love the energy as always, brother. Congratulations, Charlotte 600. I'm going to get to Trey and Rivers here in a moment, but Aaron Brown, are you still in the lobby? Do you still got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he does. He's getting onto his wheel right now.
I'm in all teams.
Aaron, brother, was it the night you wanted? What do you got to do in Miami?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It feels like every time I kind of start to care about a championship, it kind of all falls apart. But yeah, just really unfortunate night. Just literally started from the pace lap. Got wrecked on the pace lap. Luckily, I had no damage on the pace lap, but got wrecked before I even got into turn 1. So yeah, 15 minutes of damage. Definitely not ideal tonight. But yeah, just stuck in it. Able to get 11th. After the last 20 laps, had so bad tire wheel damage. I mean, I had blue tires. 2 tires in the last 20 laps there, so kept in it, but 11th, up 7, so we'll go Miami. We're gonna hopefully the luck turns around like it did tonight, and hopefully we can just get a top 7 and lock it up.
I look forward to Miami. It's gonna be one heck of a battle. Go get it, brother. Trey, you got a copy, driver of the 43 machine.
Yes, I'm here.
Position number 2. You've been quiet all season, but consistent. You're going into Miami with a shot at the championship. Tell me about Charlotte and the position number 2 you got here today, but also tell me what you got to do next week to go get that championship.
Yeah, so today at Charlotte, I was just running a lot of the top line, kind of trying to save tires as much as possible. We were just cruising for most of the race until about, I don't know what it was, 25 to go. Went ahead and took a pit, just took 2 rights. Probably should have taken the full set considering I came back out and jumped quite a few cars on the restart. But somewhere with, I don't know, 15, 10 to go, I got into the wall a little bit, had some wheel damage, but wasn't enough to make any serious issues. Just wore the tires a little bit more than maybe they should have. Me and Edward had a close battle. Started coming down to it. But like you said, he was giving me some dirty air, so I never got the chance to absolutely get there. And so all props to him. We've had a great season together so far. So it's always good to see good friends also win the race.
Congratulations, position number 2 here tonight. Rivers Jones, do you got a copy?
I sure do, man.
You jumped into this baby late. First race you ran. Position number 3, podium finish. Walk me through the 100-lap event here tonight and how you got a podium out of this deal.
Yeah, so the other day, my friend Holden was like, hey, you should come race this league on Sunday. I thought it sounded pretty cool. So I signed up. Really wanted to get some laps in. Haven't been doing a lot of league racing lately. But yeah, I expected myself to run pretty well tonight. I thought I was going to be able to maybe challenge for the win. I think I qualified 4th. Ran 2nd for a little while there to Edward. Couldn't really quite get past him. He was just really good tonight. Had a pretty interesting race towards the end. My wheel actually came off of my desk, and I fell back to like 8th or 9th or so until that last caution. Was able to put 4 tires on there. Was able to make some moves and get back up to P3. And I thought I was going to be able to maybe have some for the top 2, but unfortunately I think it's really burned my stuff up trying to get back through the field. But yeah, overall a really good debut.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And there you have it.
Thank you.
What a race
Hey,
this
Justin,
one was. We got
I
Miami
just want to get the
left.
stats correct. Me and Aaron we're the only ones winning this series, right?
As we go back to Hallie. Hallie, how are you feeling about what we have seen here today?
I was muted on the stream. I'm back, people. Don't you worry. I was very interested in this race because it really tests the skills of drivers quite a bit more than a super speedway. And Homestead's always an absolutely incredible finale. It's a great place to put the season finale. You could have done Phoenix if you hated us all, but you picked something actually great instead. And it's a race that really pushes you to your limit. It's going to be a grandstand finish. It's the same time next week. I'm actually excited to be up at 1 a.m. for it.
8 p.m. Sunday night will be the Miami 400. 3 drivers, 1 championship, 1 finale, 1 grand prize. Let's get after it. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate all you guys for jumping in here tonight. And we're going to be signing off from the Charlotte 600.